game is the game.
Yeah.
The game is
And
the game.
you talk about Burna Boy and what has he done actually to Laho since the record. To be honest, first and foremost, before we discuss this, first and foremost, let me just put it on record that Burna Boy should not have come out with that statement. I think that statement was one of the major reasons why the reception for that song, in my own opinion, declined. It was it
In
was it was
Nigeria, maybe. I
it
don't
was
think
an
globally.
it was a quite egoistic, you know, full of yourself kind of statement. You didn't need it. All because people were saying, "Oh, Burna Boy was on there on this remix." It was you just had to
To say
come out and
something.
say, "No, number one, number one,
Mm.
you belittle Charlie Poppy. I don't know. Yeah, he's a younger artist, he's a smaller artist, but you belittled him more by saying you already know that. So basically saying that it's original and everything. They came to me first. I just we had just put it. You are talking as if you own the right to release that record. You understand? Like it just felt a bit off.
Mm.
And people have been talking about the Laho motion, and that's why we're here. Laho motion and the alleged global decline. Now, Big Lala, what do you think about Laho ever since Burna Boy has jumped on the remix? And is it really, really declining globally?
To the last statement, is it declining globally? I'm not going to say yes to that.
Are you going to say no?
To be honest, I don't. I need to do a bit of fact finding, right? What has happened since then? But what I do know,
Have you been seeing TikToks of foreign,
yeah,
the way
I
we
still,
were
yeah,
seeing it back
I
then?
did,
Have you been
yeah.
seeing it?
Well, I did see a couple of recent, and these are popular. There's a guy with his dog. He was, I don't know if he's recent or not.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did see that. So I think the reason why people are thinking that is Burna Boy right now in Nigeria does not have any goodwill, right?
Mm.
And when we talk about things, we're talking from a Nigerian point of view. We're talking about from the Nigerian community point of view. Where are these allegations coming from? It's from the Nigerian point of view.
Yeah.
Is that point of view going to be biased? Hell yes, because Burna Boy does not have any goodwill with that with that Nigerian community, right? Only his fans, love him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has too much, bad encounters with us. Now, did that affect the acceptance of the song itself within that Nigerian community? Yes. Is that song intended for the Nigeria community? I don't think so. It's
Mm.
intended for Burna Boy's foreign base to try and push it further across the globe. Is it doing it right now? No. Instantly, we are not seeing those results.
Mm.
If I could say that, we're not seeing those results. Is the original still doing its thing way more than? Of course, it will. Is the original a better? Should it have been left alone as the original? Yes. Was Burna Boy the perfect remake for it? At the time, I thought yes. But again, thinking about it, he's not. He doesn't have that goodwill because you still, whether you like it or not, you need that local goodwill for people to continue propagating your song and saying, "Oh, this is this. We love this. We love this." But Burna Boy jumping at that record, did it turn some people off in the Nigerian scheme of things? Hell yes, it did. But in the foreign thing, I cannot say yes to that because there's no data to back it up. There's nothing to back
Right.
it up and say yes,
Right.
that's what's happening.
Right.
Would something might still happen with Lahore? Definitely yes.
Mm.
But from the looks of things,
Mm.
the people turn off. I don't play that remix, right? And that's just not because it's not good enough. It's just sometimes some artists they are just imitating to you. You don't want to.
Don't give what to Caesar. What belongs to
And it's
the
a good
good.
those are good lines,
Yeah.
right? But it's just the goodwill is not there. Some people just piss you off naturally. There are artists in Nigerian artists that I only listen to them maybe 3 times in a year when I feel like it
Right.
because their head the way they talk, the way they think, they always vex me. So
I know who you're talking about.
I can't be myself to listen to their song. But once in a while when I listen, I'm like, let me just erase my mind and say,
Mm.
oh, let me just enjoy their music just for enjoying sake. I will enjoy it.
Anyways, yeah, well, so the thing is, a lot of people actually have been talking about this Burna Boy thing, and
Mm.
you mentioned something before. and I'm going to maybe correct you because that's what everyone is meant to believe. He said,
Okay.
"Oh, maybe you should have left should have left the original alone and everything." Burna Boy is insisting that what was released is the original. So why he's not happy with the fact that people are calling the first one the original and his own the remix? And I don't see any reason why he's he feels the need to explain to say, "Oh, this song belonged to me as Charlie Poppy before and everything." So yeah, the original is what just came out.
Yeah, I
The
get you.
remix was what Charlie Poppy dropped before.
Mm.
So that's
But,
how me I see it now, Sha.
but you know, say there's an agenda on ground that Burna Boy is always jumping on trending songs. Or
Yes.
you know that agenda is there.
That's why he tried to dispel it to say, you know that if it's a remix, I'm going to go first. The fact I didn't go first on here shows you that this song was the first one recorded.
Mm.
They took off my part because it couldn't get cleared on time. Charlie Poppy had to drop the Laho like that. Unfortunately for Charlie Poppy, it came through. But yeah, talking about the global acceptance, the Lahore motion, and all of those things. I have an agenda or I have a notion, or a theory. Now,
Mhm.
you talked about how, Burna Boy not being accepted by Nigerian fans. I think that's one. Number two, musically, this year, Burna Boy has not been hot. Let's just face the fact.
Where in Nigeria or
The
in Ni-
songs have not been
in
all
Ni-
that.
in Nigeria?
The songs have not been all that.
I told you one thing about these songs, right?
Yeah.
It's not like the songs have not been all that.
Update. Do you like update?
Yes, I like updates.
Okay.
But updates could
Do you like
jao.
do you like Bundle by Bundle?
I don't like bottom my bundle.
I think those are the two songs he's dropped. Sweet Love.
Three. Yeah,
Sweet
no,
Love.
there's been one other one before that. I think Sweet Love is the fourth one, no? And Sweet Love is the one that is definitely not for the Nigerian audience anyway.
Yeah.
But those three were
So
was
I
an
I
attempt at
can
the Nigerian
I
audience.
kind of think that the songs he's released this year, they've not been in tune with Nigerian market. He also, get good mouth, as well. And I think he's got a fan, what's his name, Benny, who maybe is part of, who
They payroll
also
now. They
is
payroll.
quite, cocky with the tweets and
Mm,
so it's just been a lot of things going on with him to further remove himself from, he's been tweeting to say, forget all these Twitter posts and all of those things. It won't
mm.
save you. It won't get you. Of course, Burna Boy has been selling out arenas even this year. He's
Yeah.
been doing loads of shows. Just, last month, he did the Stade de France, over 100,000 people
Mhm.
at, the Manchester Arena as well. He did the Co-op Arena. He did over 21,000 people as well. So he's been doing loads and loads of shows and arenas and everything. So it means that he's not just they may like his music, but they probably don't like his person. They don't like his guts in Nigeria. They don't think that he should be that, Odogu, ODG,
Purpose.
pompous, maybe, So do you think that affected Charlie Poppy? Because at times who you collaborate with, who you mingle with, it's just like in friendship too. They either make or mar you and everything. As Burna Boy made or mar Charlie Pop.
It's to be honest, I think it's still too soon to tell. But Burna Boy is not helping himself by I think he just inserted himself. Sometimes you could have just let it go. There was no point, right? He missed clearing it, which is fine. It never got released, which is fine. Till today, Fuse has a song with Davido. I mean, a remix with Davido for one of his songs, Joy,
Yeah.
where Davido killed and
Joy.
everything. That song is never seen the light of day.
So
And
many songs like that. So many
so
songs.
so many. There's is it One Day Cole and even One Day Cole and Davido. It's not seeing the light of
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Sometimes just leave it at that. If it has passed, it don't pass.
Especially if the song
It's not
is
starting blowing.
like you didn't. I kind of think that the remix. No, let me not call the original that Burna Boy, according to Burna Boy, when
Organa
it came out,
remix. Na
when it
remix.
came out, it confused people. It shifted. When you split people's minds now to
Mhm,
either listen to this because now you go to Apple Music and tap Laho and you
mhm,
see two.
mhm.
You're not seeing one. So there's no focus on one again and all of those things. And I saw someone tweeted, and I'm going to ask you this. Someone tweeted to say, there are some remixes that you should not, be accepting. You should be able to say no to some songs or to some collaborations and all of those things. And I told someone, I was telling, say, Charlie Poppy just he couldn't say no to the release of that song. He knows that he doesn't need that song at the time. This was already going global. If at all, he would need a more global listing, probably maybe get no disrespect to Burna Boy, maybe get a Chris Brown or maybe get someone who is
we did say something. We didn't say Chris Brown. We were discussing whether should it be
Post Malone.
Head of
someone said Post Malone.
Yeah, we're discussing whether it should be either of the big three in Nigeria or should it be something foreign.
Yeah.
And we thought if it went foreign, it could be like, the kind of success that Rema had, the kind of success that Fireboy had. But is there continuity with that success? But then you just have to weigh your options. If I go with that, there's the initial gain and everything. Would I be able to continue? If I go with the local one, whether I go or go, I'm still good with the big three, and all that. I think that's just basically what I mean. Could they have said no? It's hard for people in his position or artists like that, to say no to some of these guys.
Especially if an agreement has been made.
I don't want to take us back, but it's just hard for you to say no to some things. Very hard to say. If I take us back, we're not going to come on here today. Very hard. I'm repeating it. For you to say no to some things. They will not impose you, but if they make a request, they don't usually make
now
requests.
You're being cheeky. You're being cheeky. I understand you very good. Big Lala, you don't have to go any further. I understand you very well.
No problem.
I understand you very well.
No problem. So that's all I have to say about.
What do you think is going to happen after now? Because the Laho motion, according to people, has dropped.
It's too soon to tell. Right? It's too soon to tell. You know how far? I mean, before Laho dropped, we know, it was already a jam based on a snippet. It was already gone viral on social media, right? And now I don't think it's up to more than 5 weeks or 4 weeks that the remix drop. Don't tell me it's not a remix. For me, it's remix. Okay. Anybody that doesn't feel it's a remix, call it Laho 2. I'm saying it's a remix. It's been what? So it's too soon to tell. Right?
Yes.
What I do know for a fact is, on the home front, did people turn off? I could say yes. Is there a bit of agenda in there from the opposition fan base? I would say yes. It's too soon to tell. Things can still happen for Laho, definitely. We'll see how it goes.
Right, no problem at all. Anyway.